Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator 2. If you missed the last episode and you want to go back and check it out, I'll put a link up in the upper right-hand corner so you can easily do so. Alright, we have got a lot to talk about today, so let's get right into it. If you're watching this on the day this video releases, there was an update to PC Building Simulator 2 on Wednesday, so be sure to go and update your game. I'm not even sure to let you play it if you don't update it. I don't know. I'm not sure on console. I know on PC I don't think it'll even let you start it up. So there is a pretty large list of new parts as well as a massive list of general fixes, bug repairs, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to go through all the bugs they got fixed because that list is huge, but I will put a link down in the description to the full change log so you can go check that out on your own. However, I'd like to highlight some of the new parts that we got. So we did get 6 new ASRock Z890 boards, some of those being a Taichi OCF and a Taichi Aqua. So those are pretty nice, and the Steel Legend Wi-Fi, so yeah. And then I think the other boards are more of lower end. I'm not sure about the Nova. I don't know, that's a Z890i, so that might be a smaller board. I'm not really sure. For cases, we got the Arctic Extender, the Arctic Extender VG, the Thermaltake Core P3 TG Pro, the Thermaltake CTE E550 with tempered glass, and the Thermaltake TR100. For cooling, well, we got a whole lot of cooling stuff. We got 3 new MSI coolers, 2 of those being Core Liquid, the other one being Core Frozer, 4 new Arctic coolers, 2 P12 Pros, 1 being ARGB, 2 P14 Pros, 1 being reverse ARGB. And then we got 7 Thermaltake coolers, and I'm not sure. I know one of those says it's got a CPU water block. I don't know. We'll have to look at some of these. I don't know if I have all of them unlocked because I'm not the maximum level yet, but I want to see this Thermaltake. Okay, so the Thermaltake, here's some of the new Thermaltake stuff. We've got a new Thermaltake block. We've got some Thermaltake radiators. Some connectors. So yeah, very cool. Very cool on the Thermaltake stuff. And then for graphics cards, well, we got a bunch of them. We got 10 new graphics cards. They're all MSI. They're all RTX. We got 2 RTX 5070s. Both of those are Inspire, one's an OC. We got 4 5070 Ti's. All of those are Inspire. They're all different levels. And we got 4 5080s. Again, 2 Inspire and 2 of the Supremes. So that's nice. Got a bunch of new 50 series because I think all we had before were just 5090s. And it's nice to be able to build some more mid-range PCs with stuff instead of always having to use a 5090 if you want to use a 50 series. For peripherals, we've got a Corsair HS80 RGB wireless headset, and we've got Mortoni Tim's Red Hot Repairs keyboard, a Tim's Red Hot Repairs mouse, and a Tim's Red Hot Repairs mouse pad. So yeah, if you really like some Tim's Red Hot Repair stuff, there's just some new peripherals. And then for PSUs, we got the Corsair VS Series 650 and 3 MSI PSUs. One is an AI 1000p, one is an AI 1300p, and we got the AI 1600T. So yeah, very good stuff. It's nice to get some higher end PSUs. Again, we got a bunch of new stuff. Be sure to update your game, and then if you want to check out that bug list, like I said, I will have a link down in the description. All right, let's take a look at what we're going to work on today. If this wants to open up, there we go. Let's take a look at this upgrade first. It says, my friend said you work with computers. I need to upgrade my PC. I'd be very grateful if you get my Cinebench score to 6725. In terms of time, can you get it finished by 3/7/2023? What's today in the game? 3/6. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Wow. That cityscape theme looks cool. I'd love it if you could apply that. I think I clicked on something bad and it's a bit erratic now. Would a scan help? Thanks, Ryan. So Ryan wants us to get their Cinebench score up to 6725. as well as apply a cityscape theme and run a virus scan. Got a parts budget of $600. So we're probably looking at a new CPU, would be my guess. Let's take a look at stats, especially since Cinebench is usually a CPU benchmark. So they've got a Ryzen 7 3800X, so we'd probably be just stepping up to at least the next CPU. That sounds easy enough. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Let's take a look at this overclock. It says, hey, thanks for fixing our computer. We got it back just in time to test our new wind speed measuring device. It's hard to explain the specifics, but essentially we got Jeff to go out and stand in the open with a little fan on a stick. Very advanced stuff. Wasn't long before he got the wind up him, and we got some fantastic readings. It's not often you see a tornado around these parts after all. Only problem is we recorded so much data that our computer is having trouble analyzing it all. If you could just upgrade our RAM to 32 gigs and lower the timings by 2, I'm sure it'd be a breeze. I don't know if timings would help there, but hey, whatever you want. And again, don't worry about Jeff. He's always saying he could do with getting a bit more fresh air. We'll have him down from that tree in no time, I'm sure. All the best, Haley Tempest, meteorologist, CCB Weather. So they want an upgrade to 32 gigs of RAM and reduce the cast latency by 2. Let's take a look at their stats. We are going to have to buy more RAM for them. Because even if their motherboard, which it does, it's a tiny picture, but it looks like it'll hold 4 sticks. Even if we bought 2 more sticks, we are not getting to 32 gigs of RAM with 2 4-gig sticks. All right, yeah, we can make that happen. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Then, last but not least, let me show you what we are working on from Spares and Repairs today to sell out in the storefront. We got this beast. This case is massive. Look at this little teeny cooler. Yeah, that's not staying. I'm pretty sure I'm going to fully custom water cool this. In fact, I already know what I want to do with it, and I will show you guys here momentarily. So let me go back here. Let me get the shop opened up. Let me get parts for what I think we need to do is upgrade a CPU for the Cinebench score. Let me get more RAM, and let me get the parts for the build. I'll put in the shopping cart, and as soon as I've got them, I will come back and show you what all we're going to do. All right, for the Cinebench score, I'm going to get an AMD Ryzen 9 3900 XT because we had a $600 budget. That's $595. I think that'll get them the Cinebench score they want. We'll run a Cinebench test with their computer when it comes in, and we'll see what it's getting, and we'll put this in. If it doesn't work, we'll order something else. But this is kind of the only thing that fits in that budget, so I couldn't imagine it being anything else. As for the other job to add more RAM and reduce the timings by 2, we're going to get 2 sticks of Corsair Dominator, or 2 sticks. We're going to get 4 sticks of Corsair Dominator Platinum 8 gig at 3200 megahertz because they've already got Corsair Dominator Platinum in their computer. For the build, we're going to get a Ryzen 9 5950X. We'll probably delid that just for the fun of it. We're going to get 4 sticks of G-Skill Trident Z Royal in silver 32 gig 3200 megahertz. If you can't tell, we're building a beast, and I haven't built one in a long time. So this is going to be fun. We're also going to get 4 AMD Radeon RX 6900 XTs, a Corsair AX 1600i. We're going to get 5 Corsair LL120 RGB LED fans and 4 Corsair LL140 RGB LED fans. So let's go ahead and buy all of this now. We can close this out. And now I'm going to show you the water cooling part of our build. We're going to get an EK Revo D5 140 RGB reservoir. We're going to get a Corsair Hydro Series XR5 360 rad, an XR5 420. We're going to get 4 water blocks for the graphics cards, as well as a water block for CPU. Let's go ahead and buy all of this for next day delivery. Yeah, we're building something nice. Let's see, both of these things are in transit. Let's go into our day so we can get all this stuff in. We're going to flick these lights off. Oh, the lights are working since the update. Heck yeah. Finally. Finally. All right, let's end our day. Let's get everything in. We can get to work on these jobs as well as our build. Heck yeah. Okay, here's all of our stuff. Let's see what we got here. This one's the RAM upgrade. This one's the Cinebench. Start with this. We'll plop this one here. Actually, didn't that one want some sort of a theme? Or was it this one? I don't remember. We're going to have to apply a theme to one of them. Put that there. Was it this one? We pull up our tablet. Can we take a look? Oh, we got 2 more jobs. Dang. But they're builds. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, this one wants a cityscape theme. Let's go put that on first. Do the cityscape theme. Okay. We don't want it on the glass, I don't think. Sure. Very nice. Very simple. And then they also wanted a virus scan. So first... You know what? First, let's power this up. Let me get USB drive in here. We're going to put Cinebench on here. We're also going to do the virus scan. And we're going to go from there. Let's see. What am I looking for? Where the heck? There's Cinebench. I was about to go right past it. And then the virus scanner. Let's do the virus scan first. I feel like we shouldn't be running benchmark tests if there's viruses. Good Lord, 546. 546. That's a lot. That's up there. I think I've been in the 600s before, but 546 is getting close. That's getting close. Okay, that's all clean. Let's run a Cinebench, and we're doing a multi. And if this takes too long, then I'll step away. But I think it might be pretty quick. I don't know. All right, so the customer is wanting a 6725. Yeah, 6725, and they're getting a 5896. That's not a huge increase. I mean, it's under 1,000. Under 1,000. All right. Let's power this bad boy down. Let's get this CPU cooler off. Let me zoom in here so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Let's get this CPU out of here, and let's install the new one we got for them, which was the 3900 XT. Lock that down. Let's get some thermal paste on this bad boy, and we'll get the CPU cooler back on. We'll see if we've increased their Cinebench score. Cable this. Very nice. Let's power it back on. That's a massive cooler. Okay, Cinebench. We're going to do just a regular CPU run. This is already going exponentially faster than the first time. I think we went from, what, 8 cores to 12, so that would make sense. And there we go, 9,024. I think they should be happy with that. I think they should be happy with that. Okay, let's get this side panel installed. That was a quick fix on that. Very nice. Let's take a look at their case since we put that theme on there. That actually doesn't look half bad. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's go pop this out here. It should be done. You know what? I forgot to check since we ended the day. We didn't sell anything. Okay. No worries. We've got a thing out there for sale, but it didn't sell yet. It will. It will. All right, let's get their old RAM out. Oh, I just unplugged something. Make sure we cable that back up. Let's get this old RAM out. We'll get new RAM in. Let's see, where's the new RAM? Here we go. The Dom Platinum 8 gig, 3200 megahertz. You got 4 sticks of that. Awesome. Oh, it's just their CPU cooler. No big deal. No big deal. All right, let's power this on. I'm going to hop into the BIOS because we need to lower their latency by 2. So this is pretty easy. I think we have to turn that off. We'll drop that by 2. We'll drop that by 2. And we'll drop that by 2. And we leave a TRAS alone because it's fine where it is for dropping cast latency. Now, the thing is their RAM speed's now gone down because they had XMP turned on. So I don't know if they want us to re-overclock to 3200 megahertz, because if we do that, then we're gonna have to bump the RAM voltage up. Well, let's just make sure this is stable. Let's make sure this is stable, and then we'll decide if we want to overclock their RAM. Kind of don't want to. Okay, to make sure this is stable, I like to run OCCT, so let me get that installed. Ooh. And you don't even need to run a full, you just need to turn on automatic, and usually about 15 seconds, so about half the run, since it's 30 seconds, is usually enough to know if the RAM overclock is stable. Or not the overclock, but dropping the cast latency. RAM overclocks work about the same way. So that would be stable. You know, they didn't ask us to overclock it. And I don't think I'm going to. Don't think I'm going to. Yeah, we should be good. Did I unplug anything else? No. Okay. Let's get the side panel on. Normally I would overclock just for the fun of it. But we've got that huge build, and I've got a lot of water cooling to do, and I don't want this episode to be like an hour long. So here's their build. It is very much an office build. No window, no flashiness. But hey, that's cool. They're probably using it in an office setting, or I think they said they were using it outside. I think they were using it outside. So yeah. Okay, that's our 2 jobs. Actually, before we get started on that, we should collect money. Make sure, let's clear these out. Let's make sure we did everything right and got 5 stars. Okay, so we upgraded their RAM to 32 gigs and we lowered the cast latency by 2. 5 stars. Take it. I will take it. Let's delete that one. Whoa, where am I going? All right, for this one, we put in a new CPU and we got their Cinebench multi-score to 9,000. What was it, 9,025? Yeah, something like that. We put the cityscape theme on and we ran a virus scan. So we should get 5 stars on this as well. 5 stars, did a good job boosting my Cinebench score as asked. And the cityscape theme looks so cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. New parts available. Silverstone, FARAB1. I don't know what that is. Do we want to look at any of these? I keep buying broken computers and... Alright, are any of these water cooled? You know, I'm good. I'm good. Let's get to work on this build. Put out in the storefront. Let's take everything off of this. Everything. That's got to go. This can be opened. This can come off. Let me zoom in. We're going to get these cables all disconnected. This. PSU's got to go. It is not big enough for what we're doing. All these need to go. We don't need that. That needs to go. This can come out. This can come out. CPU. I think the CPU is broken anyway. Yeah, that needs to come out. RAM. And we'll leave that drive in there. We're going to use that. These need to go. Like all of them. Okay. Now, does this look like it needs to be dusted to you guys? I don't know. Let's dust it. Yeah, it does. Oh, I'm glad they finally moved the dusting thing up to the top. It is not in the way of dusting anymore. Yes! A lot of us have been asking for that for quite some time. Oh, man. All right, let's get started doing some stuff here. Let's go ahead and get this power supply in that we're going to use. We've got the Corsair AX1600i. Big ol' massive beast. Big ol' massive beast. While we're installing stuff, I'm going to go ahead and install the reservoir. That's going to go right down here. Now, I do have radiators I'm going to put in here, but I'm going to swap the fans on them. So I'm going to do that here in a moment. But before I do, I want to put a 140 case fan in the back. Get this turned the right way. Okay. Then let's go ahead and put RAM in. That's broken. Let's sell all these broken things. Let's get rid of that junk. We've got 4 sticks of G-Skill Trident Z Royal in silver 32 gig, 3200 megahertz. I know this isn't DDR5, but with the RAM shortage going on right now, this is still probably very expensive to buy this much RAM for a build. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Also, while we're doing fans, I've got some fans I want to put down here on the bottom. I want to put these 120s. There we go. All right. Let's go do some stuff over here at this bench. Specifically, we got a lot of water cooling stuff to do, but first let's delid this 5950X. And I may speed this up or, I don't know, cut it out. Who knows? Or maybe you guys can just fast forward. If you don't want to watch me delid for the 100th time. Probably more than that. And then we're going to have a lot of water cooling to do. I've got to swap fans onto radiators, which that doesn't take long, but then I've got to water cool 4 graphics cards. So I may cut some of that. Show you water cooling one of them and then maybe cut the other 3. Do this slow process. Get this fingernail polish on here. Says enough, but let's go ahead. They call it varnish. I think it looks like fingernail polish. Get silicone. It always says there's enough before I make it all the way back to the beginning. But I just like to go all the way around. See, sufficient, but not for me. There we go. Then we get liquid metal. We get the IHS back on here. Get this bad boy clamped down. There we go. There we go. All right, this is all done. Now we need to change this out for water cooling. Let's go pop this in. Just for fun. The water-cooled 5950X. Then we can go ahead and put some thermal paste on here. We'll go ahead and get the CPU block on. Do one more thing that's done. Custom water cooling. Here we go. We've got the Corsair Hydro X Series CPU block in white. Thought the white might go nice with the silver that's here, and I don't know. Maybe we'll make our RGB fans and stuff just white. Maybe we'll make an all white build. I don't know. Well, not all white, but black and white. Okay. Let's start off with radiators. We're going to get these fans off of here. Like so. Then we want to put new fans on. We're going to do the 140s. We're going to flip them. Nice. I don't know why those two screws didn't look like they went in, but hey, whatever. Then we're going to do the 360. We'll get all these fans off of here. And we're not going to flip these because this radiator is going up in the top. So they will be fine in the orientation they are currently in. See, look, these two screws. I don't know. It looks like they didn't go in, but hey, whatever. We can go ahead and get these radiators in here now. Let's see, we got the 420 that's going in the front. And this case is a beast. Then we got the 360 that's going up in the top. Let's rotate this around. Very nice. Very nice. And then now I've got 4 graphics cards. All these Radeon RX 6900 XTs. So maybe I'll show you guys water cooling 1, and then I will skip the rest of them. So you don't have to endure the pain of watching me water cool all of them. All right, let's get the pads off. New pads on. Then we're going to get the paste off. We get new paste on. And in real life, I really glop this stuff on. See, still says not enough. There we go. Then we're going to get the water block on. Get that screwed down. And there we go. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to get the other 3 of these done. And I'll be right back. All right. And this is the last one to get this in inventory. Very nice. And we can go install all 4 of these graphics cards. All right. There they all are. 4 water-cooled AMD Radeon RX 6900 XTs. Is it? What? Do I have to select each one? Wait, whoa, what? They're not going to let me install them? Incompatible. Wow. So I actually build these before I do them during a recording. I build them in Freebuild. And I built this before the update. And today when I got on, I had the update. Before the update, I was able to put 4 of these in. It said max multi-GPU 4. Now it's saying max multi-GPU 1. I can no longer, all these that I just bought, I can no longer put into this build. Wow, talk about a real bummer. This thing was a monster. An absolute monster. In fact, maybe at the end of this, I'll go into Freebuild and we'll see if the one in Freebuild is broken. Because that would be interesting. Let's get these PCI covers in since... Really, I have to select each one? Wow. Man, talk about a real kick in the teeth. This build was a beast. And now it seems like I got an awful lot of cooling in here for a 6800X or 6900 XT and a 5950X. Oh well. Oh well. All right. Can't cry about it because I can't do anything to make it different. So let's get this thing piped. Let's see. Let's go with clear rigid. And for connectors, Let's see. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Maybe these Corsair Hydro fittings. That might not be bad. Remember right, that's out, that's in. So, let's see. This is still going to run hotter. This graphics card is still going to run hotter than the CPU, so we'll still run the graphics card through the 420. And we'll run the CPU through the 360. So we want to come out of the 420 and into the CPU. And if any of this starts taking some time, I'll probably just step away. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's accept that. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Go ahead and whoa! What in the world just happened there? I clicked accept and it shot down through the bottom of the case. Okay, I think I fixed it. Jeez, that was something. All right, let's cable this. Let's cable this before something else messes up. Let's go for some white cables. Let's do... What do we want to do? We've got this gray and white. That might not look bad. Maybe we'll do the loose braid. Let's see what that looks like. That's not terrible. Let's use that. I'm cool with that. Let's get some coolant in here. Custom water cooling. Coolant. Let's do white coolant. White opaque. Get that running through. And while that's doing that, let's get some of these removed parts back on here. This dust filter. Okay, that's the top one. We've got a front dust filter. We've got this panel. Oh, we need to close that first. We've got this panel. Let's get the front panel back on. Get this side panel back on. And we'll leave this one off for now. Let's also go ahead and get a USB drive in here. I'm really interested to see if my build in Freebuild is broken that has 4 of these. Let's hop into the BIOS because I want to turn on XMP. And we're going to go ahead and apply those changes and restart. Let's get the lighting app on. And we're going to go ahead and select everything. And we're going to do static, white, cool. Nice. Look at that. Let's get this other side panel on. There we go. That darkens it down just a little bit. Very nice. Look at that. Well, that side's not much to look at, but look at this side. That thing is a beast, and it would be even more of a beast if there were 4 6900s. That was a shame. That was a real shame. Okay, let's go take this over here. We need to do something, put a sticker on it. We need to mod the case in some way. Why does that look like it's still on? What if we paint the case white? Let's see, let's do that and that. Ooh, painting's doing something weird. That was something there. So yeah, I'm not gonna go put it back over on the thing, but The texture on this Fantex case looks really cool with the paint. Look at that. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, let's go put this out here. We'll put it up for sale. Look, we painted the last one white too. I know. Don't tell me. I have not a creative bone in my body, apparently. All right, let's name this thing. We're going to call this, well, with 4 graphics cards, it would make more sense, but I've already decided to use this name. This is going to be called Titan. The Titan. And this is from Darren on the Discord server. So if you want to be able to name a PC, you can do so. Just head over to my Discord server. There is a link down in the description. You go to the Name a PC section, read through the rules, and submit a name. And if I use the name you submitted, you'll get a little shout out in a video. Yeah. So this is the Titan from Darren. Go ahead and save that. So we named the PC. We got 50 bucks. We customized the case by painting it white, 50 bucks. We put in new cables. Look, they fixed this too. We put in new cables and they were custom cables. We used to only get one or the other. Now apparently you get both. Put in new cables and they were custom cables. So that's an extra 100 bucks. We delidded the CPU. We overclocked by turning on XMP. We do have a ridiculously huge custom water cooling loop. I did customize the LED lights by making them all white, and I still somehow have a 5-star Bongle rating. So they are saying at 100% chance of sale, we should sell this for $9,187. I like to get this more to a 50% chance of sale, so let's see what that's going to be. All right, let's do $13,500. 53%, that is close enough for me. I'm not going to nickel and dime this thing to get it to exactly 50%. So yeah, let's put the Titan up for sale for $13,500. There it is. There it is. You know, I'm wondering, is this still broken? No, this says for sale. This used to break, and forgot to push that. This used to break, and it would say, you know, unavailable or something like that, and I had to lift it up and set it back down. This seems to be working now, so hopefully that's something that got fixed. But yeah, there's the Titan for $13,500. Okay, normally this is where I would end the episode, but I'm going to save this, and I'm going to hop over into Freebuild real quick, so give me just a sec. I'll be right back with you. Alright, so here we are in Freebuild, and, well, the Titan that I built still seems to be working. That's what I wanted to build. There it is in all of its glory with 4 6900 XTs in it. I don't know if that was something that was supposed to be not able to be done or what, and they fixed it, or if they broke it and it was supposed to be allowed. But yeah. This was what I was going to build for you guys, and it didn't work out, and now I've got 3 more water-cooled 6900 XTs. We'll put them in builds. I'm not worried about it. We'll put them in builds. Oh, and don't pay attention to this. This is something I've been working on for a while. Actually, you can pay attention to it. Let's see if it powers on, or if it's broken. It's broken. It's been broken for a bit. I don't know why. It says it's missing cables. It's always missing cables. Those cables don't even matter. Oh, it's full on missing its whoa. It's missing its power supply. Well, that's something. Well, this has 2 separate water cooling loops in it, as you can tell by the different colors, and it used to sort of work, and now it doesn't work at all. Maybe one of these days I'll show you guys that. All right, we're going to sign off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you enjoyed this, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and ring the bell if you want to be notified as soon as a video from me goes live. Like I said earlier, I do have a Discord server. If you would like to join that, there is a link down in the description. I also do stream over on Twitch sometimes. If you want to catch me live, there's a link to that down in the description as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, guys. And I will see you in the next episode.